There were those in our community, while Barack Obama was running for president in Iowa, who wanted Barack to leave the campaign trail in Iowa and go to Gina, Louisiana, and talk about Gina. The problem is, ain't no black folk in Iowa. And trying to win the Gina debate in Iowa is a way not to win what? Iowa. And ain't no one fighting civil rights leadership that wants to lead the case in Gina. I'm with that. I encourage them to go and fight the battle in Gina. That's not where Barack Obama belongs. He's in a race at that time for delegates to win the state of Iowa. Yeah. Folk in Iowa are concerned about ethanol. They're concerned about agriculture. They're concerned about milking their cows. So if you see Barack Obama or saw Barack Obama in overalls, it was because he was speaking to who? Iowa. Michael Baisden and Tavis and Tom and everybody can talk about Gina all they want to. That ain't got nothing to do with Iowa. And then we leave Iowa and we go to New Hampshire. And guess what, y'all? Ain't none of us from New Hampshire either. But what we trying to win? New Hampshire. So we got people outside the campaign trying to tell us that the campaign in New Hampshire need to be about black college students getting in. No. Not in New Hampshire. That's the process. So we leave after we get our delegates out of Iowa and our delegates out of New Hampshire, and then we go to Nevada, and Nevada is mostly Latinos. And so in Nevada, the issues have something to do with immigration. I know. Some of us want us to speak at the black church, and some of us want to go to NAACP event, and some of us want to talk about civil rights. But in Nevada, next to Mexico, the issues are about immigration. Are y'all walking with me? Now the schedule is set. They publish the schedule. It's on the internet. Everybody can follow the schedule. And so all we got to do is make sure that the crowd we are speaking in front of on that day, that we're speaking about issues that resonate with who? That what? That crowd. Y'all walking with me? So then when we pack up our bags and we go to South Carolina, where 40% of the electorate is us, then guess what? When we get around us, guess what we can talk about? Us! I realize that some of y'all by the time we get to South Carolina, some of you all were concerned as to whether or not white America would vote for an African American running for president. But that wasn't the time to raise that issue in where? South Carolina. Because in South Carolina, we're talking about what? Us. So we leave South Carolina, and we have 20 or so states on Super Tuesday. We did well in some, we didn't do so well in others, but the field essentially got shook out after Super Tuesday. But when you're talking to 20 states, your message should look more like what? Like you're talking to who? Everybody. Everybody. So right when we start talking to everybody, guess what some of us want? We don't want you to talk to everybody. Right now we want you just to talk to us. Are y'all walking with me? Are you all walking with me? Do you see the rhythm here? Do you see the rhythm? And now we are not in a campaign for delegates, right? The race for delegates is over. We the nominee, right? Yeah. We are in a race for what?
To win it all.
No, we're in a race for what? No, we're in a race for electors. This is not a popular vote contest. This race now is not about celebrity. This race is a race for what? Electors. I want to tell you about that little scheme, and then I'm going to turn the program over to Sybil Wilkes. In every nation in the world that we advocate for democracy, one man, one vote in South Africa. That's what the Mandela struggle was about. One man, one vote in Liberia. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. One man, one vote. One person, one vote in the Balkans. One person, one vote in Europe. One person, one vote in South America. One person, one vote. That is the stand, one person, one vote in Afghanistan and Iraq. Right? But in America, we have two different systems. We have a popular vote system, one man, one vote, and we have this other system called a system for what? Electors. Which means it's not just a function of getting the most votes, it's about getting the most votes in every state, because we have to get a majority of the electors to be president of the United States. So that's why Barack spends a lot of time in Ohio, a lot of time in Pennsylvania, a lot of time in Virginia, a lot of time in Washington State, a lot of time in Colorado, a lot of time in Nevada. That's why we're spending some time in Georgia and Florida, because winning with the most popular votes, i.e. Al Gore, ain't enough to be what?
President. Sure is.
This is not a symbolic campaign. We're running to win. We're running to win.
Right.
Period.
And the most votes ain't enough to win. You get the most votes in the right places to get to 270, and we're what? Hail to the chief. You all walking with me?
Yeah.
All right.